Dear students, in this video we shall discuss break-even analysis. The term break-even analysis is used in two senses, narrow sense and broad sense. In its broad sense, break-even analysis refers to the study of relationship between costs, volume and profit at different levels of sales or production. In its narrow sense, it refers to a technique of determining that level of operations where total revenues equal total expenses, that is the point of no profit no loss. In this way, break-even analysis is known as cost volume profit analysis, and the break-even analysis is the study of relationship between selling prices, sales, fixed cost, variable cost and profits at various levels of activity. Now the application of break-even analysis. The break-even analysis can be used to determine the company's break-even point. Break-even point is a level of activity at which total revenue is equal to the total cost. At this level, company makes no profit or no loss. Now assumptions. The break-even analysis will operate in a relevant range. Relevant range is the range of activity over which the fixed cost will remain fixed in total and the variable cost per unit will remain constant. Second assumption is that fixed cost remains constant at all volumes of output. Next assumption is variable cost remains constant per unit of output irrespective of the level of output and thus fluctuates directly in proportion to changes in the volume of output. Next assumption is that selling price per unit remains unchanged or constant at all levels of output. It is assumed that all elements of cost, that is production, administration and selling and distribution, can be segregated into fixed and variable components. Volume of production is the only factor that influences cost and there will be no change in the general price level. So these are the assumptions while making the break-even analysis. In these figures we are given the behavior of cost and revenue in relation to sales in units. In first figure we are measuring sales in units on the x-axis and costs on y-axis. We are given the fixed cost line. Fixed cost is remaining same irrespective of the level of activity. When level of activity is small, the fixed cost is up to this level, and when it rises, level of activity rises, fixed cost remains the same. And then is variable cost. It is zero when number of units being sold are zero, but when number of units sold are increased, the variable cost also increases. And total cost, it is sum total of fixed cost and variable cost. So it starts from here, that is fixed cost. Every time the gap between variable cost and total cost will be the fixed cost. Now coming to second figure, in this one line is total cost that we have understood in the first figure. Second line is the line of sales revenue. When number of units are not being sold, that means number of units being sold are zero, the total sales revenue is zero. When the number of units sold increase, the sales revenue will also increase. The point of intersection between total cost and total revenue is the break-even point. When we draw perpendicular on x-axis, it is break-even point in units. When we draw perpendicular on the y-axis it is break-even point in volume. Now let us understand break-even point. To understand break-even point, we must know what the contribution is and what the PV ratio is. Contribution. Contribution is the excess of sales over variable cost. So contribution is the difference between sales revenue and variable cost. It can be calculated otherwise also. Contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit. We know that sales revenue is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost plus profit. If we take variable cost to other side, that means we deduct variable cost from sales revenue, remaining a part is fixed cost and profit. So contribution is sales revenue minus variable cost or fixed cost plus profit. At break-even point, contribution is equal to fixed cost. Total contribution is equal to total fixed cost. Second important thing is PV ratio. It is known as profit volume ratio. Profit volume ratio. It is also known as contribution sales ratio. This is calculated as contribution divided by sales. It can be multiplied by 100 to get the figure in percentage. If we are going to take contribution per unit, in denominator we shall take up sales per unit, means selling price per unit. But in case in numerator the contribution is total contribution, then in denominator the sales would be total sales. Now this is the formula for calculation of break-even point. Firstly, we are calculating break-even point in units. The formula is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. We shall get the number of units to break even. That means number of units to be produced when there is no profit or no loss. In case we want to calculate break-even sales, that means sales revenue at break-even point, we can multiply the break-even point in units by selling price. We shall get the figure of sales revenue at break-even point. Alternatively, we can directly calculate break-even point in volume. That means the sales revenue at break-even point. It is fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Sometimes it is written as contribution required to break even. It is same as the fixed cost. So fixed cost divided by PV ratio is the formula for calculation of break-even point in volume. In case we want to calculate it in units, we can divide this figure by selling price. Sales revenue at break-even point divided by selling price. We shall get break-even point in units. So we can use any methodology from the two methods. This is an example. Let us suppose selling price is rupees 12, variable cost is rupees 3, fixed cost is 45,000. We have to calculate break-even point. In case we have to calculate break-even point in units, the formula is fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Contribution per unit is rupees 12 minus 3. You may see selling price is 12, variable cost is 3. Contribution is selling price minus variable cost. So contribution is equal to rupees 9. So 45,000 divided by 9, it comes to be 5,000 units. Break-even point is 5,000 units. If we want to calculate break-even point in volume, that means sales revenue at break-even point, we can multiply selling price with the break-even units, that is 5,000. Selling price is rupees 12. So the volume comes, or sales revenue comes to be 60,000. When the sales revenue is 60,000, there would be break-even point. Alternatively, we can calculate it with the help of formula. Formula is fixed cost divided by PV ratio that we have discussed earlier. Sales revenue at break-even point, we can calculate it with the help of formula fixed cost divided by PV ratio. We know that PV ratio is contribution upon sales. Contribution is rupees 9 and sale price is rupees 12. Look here, selling price is rupees 12, variable cost is 3, so contribution is 12 minus 3, 9. Here PV ratio comes to be 9 divided by 12 into 100, it comes to be 75%. So sales revenue at break-even point comes to be fixed cost, that is 45,000 divided by 75% is equal to rupees 60,000. And in case we are to calculate break-even point in units, from here we can divide the selling price, we can divide the sales revenue at break-even point with the selling price. So it comes to be 60,000 divided by 12 is equal to 5,000 units. Next is calculation of sales volume to have a desired level of profits. The formula is fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution per unit in case we want to have number of units in our answer. But in case sales volume is required, then it is to be divided by PV ratio. Then formula is fixed cost plus desired profit divided by PV ratio. When we are dividing fixed cost and desired profit with contribution per unit, we shall get answer in units. When we shall divide fixed cost and desired profit with PV ratio, we shall get answer in sales volume or sales revenue. For example, we want a desired profit of 18,000 and we need to calculate sales volume to achieve the desired profit. Mind it, here contribution is equal to 12 minus 3, 9. Selling price is 12, variable cost is 3, so contribution is 9. PV ratio comes to be 9 divided by 12, contribution divided by sales, 9 divided by 12, 75%. First of all, we are going to calculate number of units to get a desired level of profit. It is fixed cost, which is 45,000 plus desired profit divided by contribution, it is 9. So number of units come to be 7,000 units. 45,000 plus 18,000, it comes to be 63,000 divided by 9, 7,000 units, and the required sales revenue is 12 multiplied by 7,000 units. 7,000 units divided by selling price per unit, that is 12. So 84,000 rupees comes to be the sales revenue to get a profit of 18,000. Alternatively, we can calculate with the second formula, that is dividing fixed cost plus desired profit by PV ratio. Fixed cost 45,000, desired profit 18,000 divided by PV ratio, it is 75,000, comes to be rupees 84,000. This is the sales volume. Now in case we are to get units, so it can be divided with the selling price per unit. 84,000 divided by selling price per unit, that is 12. So number of units come to be 7,000 when we are going to desire a profit of 18,000. Next is margin of safety. Margin of safety is a measure of amount by which the sales may decrease before a company suffers a loss. This can be expressed as number of units or percentage of sales. So margin of safety can be calculated as the budgeted sales level or present sales level, whichever is the case, minus break-even sales. And in case we are going to calculate the percentage, it is margin of safety divided by budgeted sales level or present sales levels into 100. In this figure you can see this is the break-even point and this is the present level of sales or budgeted level of sales. When our sales drop from this level to this level, we are safe, we won't be having losses. But in case our sales dip from this level, we would be suffering losses. So margin of safety is the area between these two lines, that is budgeted sales or actual sales. This is the example. Break-even sales level is at 5,000 units. The company sets the desired profit at 18,000 and budgeted sales levels at 7,000 units. We have to calculate margin of safety in units and express it as percentage of budgeted sales revenue. Margin of safety in units, it will be 7,000 units, that is budgeted sales level, minus 5,000 units, that is break-even sales level. It comes to be 2,000 units. When we have to calculate it in percentage, then it will be 2,000, that is margin of safety, divided by budgeted sales level, that is actual sales level, 7,000 budgeted sales or actual sales level, whichever is given to you. 2,000 divided by 7,000 into 100, it comes to be 28.6%. So the margin of safety indicates that actual sales can fall by 2,000 units or 28.6% from the budgeted level before losses are incurred. Thank you.